Russell Wilson played. Now this is Russell at his finest, right?
You know what's coming.
Up top, Russ. Let's go up top.
Moonball.
Bo Collins. Down to the 1 against the Jets. Jaxson Dart got in the game. There he is. Jaxson Dart to Greg Dulcich. That's a touchdown. Dart also ran one in, 14 of 60 for a $137 and a passing touchdown. And that concludes who actually played. Mina Khan's returning right now. Your 2 cents on Caleb Williams. What do you think watching him play?
Look, it was backups. I feel like you always have to say that in the preseason. But it feels like Bears fans should be pretty excited based on what they saw. This was the first sort of glimpse we saw of the marriage between Ben Johnson, new head coach, play caller, and Caleb Williams. And it was interesting. You saw some of the same hallmarks of the Ben Johnson offense in Detroit. 1 overall pick for a reason. That's the one Bears want to see, a guy who looks comfortable, accurate, decisive, very promising start.
Right. I mean, and that obviously, you could see sacks taken last year, 68. It's just an absurd number. And getting the ball out quickly will obviously make that a smaller total, one would think. And then on top of it, you just got to wonder that if he's more comfortable throwing in this manner, right? And he does have more time and he gets the ball out quicker, that maybe the improvisational stuff will come off of that.
You want that to be the cherry on top, not the whole sundae.
Pretty much, and then we'll see what the offensive line looks. And I know, again, Josh Allen didn't play, otherwise he would have been in the highlight. But the Bears defense coming up with a shutout in a preseason game. This is exactly what I think the Bears wanted to see 3 weeks from tonight right here on ESPN. We'll see them on Monday Night Football. That's exactly the way you want to go into that game.
We're going to be on site for NFL Live, by the way, in Chicago. I'm excited. You mentioned the defense. I think that's being slept on, the hiring of Dennis Allen as a defensive coordinator. I think that was a huge, sneaky, underrated hire because they got a lot of talent on that side of the ball. I think the defense is going to be more aggressive, more man coverage. They're going to really get after it.
Well, as you know, in the world of topic bars at the bottom of the screen and conversations and things of that nature, the Giants affair would lead to conversations as to why not start Jaxson Dart?
This is so tricky.
Well, to me, I'll just say this. I don't think it's tricky. I think you start Russ.
Yeah.
You see their first first few games are. Did I steal your point?
No. It's a great point. That's
okay. I mean, they're at Washington.
They're
at Dallas. Home for Kansas City. Their first 3. You kind of want somebody who's been through it to start that way.
Then 6, 7, 8, you go Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, which is a gauntlet of opposing defenses. And that's, to me, to your point, what makes it so tricky for New York.
Right.
Russ can still play. You saw the bomb he threw on the post. But his offense is kind of boom or bust at this point. He's explosive. He's got the arm talent. It's not super efficient. So there's going to be calls at some point, I think probably early, to put in Jaxson Dart, especially after what he put on tape this preseason.
Right.
I think for the organization, you got to be cautious because of the opposing teams and also because of this offensive line. You want to feel comfortable about putting the rookie back there.
And seeing Ashton Genty go into the blue tent to start. And you're wondering, well, here we go about taking a hit. And you can see all that stuff online. Well, this isn't the Mountain West anymore. Welcome to the National Football League. And then he truck sticks and scores. This is exactly the type of guy you obviously know what a Pete Carroll offense looks like based off of the run. This looks like a guy that you could put the bell on, don't you think?
I mean, the Raiders' rushing attack last year was 32nd in yards per carry, like 3.6. Ashton Genty averaged 5.4 yards after contact per carry. I know a lot of that was in the Mountain West, but I think you saw there in this moment, tacklers just seem to bounce off of this guy. If he can get decent run blocking, and that to me is key in Las Vegas, he can produce after contact. There's a reason why he was drafted where he was. He has a special talent. And,
you got Brock Bowers coming back off of, one would say, without Jaden Daniels being the unicorn. He and Bo Nix would have been maybe neck and neck for Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. Ashton Genty looks like an Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate here. And Geno Smith in this offense, you give him some easy pitches and catches, and then he could do his chunk play thing. This is what the Raiders fans want to see coming off of a preseason.
And Pete Carroll, he's like you. He's back.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm happy to see him.
Yeah, and just I'm bouncing around chewing gum here on this edition of SportsCenter, that's for sure. Mina Kimes right here, Mark Chase right here, and joining us on SportsCenter right now is Mina Kimes. Hello, Mina Kimes.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm better now that you're here.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Right back at you. Watching the Bengals defense in that first quarter tonight, I thought to myself, Trey Hendrickson needs to be paid. I wonder what your 2 cents were going on in your head right now.
That's true.
About that.
He does need to be paid.
Right.
83 pressures last year. The next 3 Bengals edge rushers had fewer than that combined. But there's a saying in football, you got to stop the run to have some fun. And Trey Hendrickson doesn't solve those problems. He's not playing defensive tackle. He's not playing linebacker. And watching them get gashed by the Commanders in the first quarter throughout the game, really, it just looked like a lot of the same issues we saw last year fitting the run in that front 7. So yes, they do need Trey Hendrickson, but unfortunately, it feels like they need so much more, including many points per game from Joe Burrow. I had to think that was going through his head as well.
Well, I mean, watching the offense for the Commanders, if you're using the same idea that watching them perform the way that they did with the running game, it strikes me as well that McLaurin is greatly needed there as well. I don't understand what goes on with teams. I understand there's negotiations and there's a different sense of where midnight is and when they're going to strike.
Yeah.
But the idea of sending Jaden Daniels into the second season without his BFF basically on offense just strikes me as odd right now.
Well, if they get to play the Bengals every week, it might not be something that they need. No, you're absolutely right. We got to first look at Deebo Samuel in this offense, which was really exciting, right, on the jet sweep for a nice gain. I think that he's going to be a big part of their screen game this year. Cliff Kingsbury loves to call screens, going to get lots of yards after the catch. But none of that works without Terry McLaurin to stretch the field. Last year, Jaden Daniels to McLaurin was a magical connection. On throws over 10 yards, he targeted McLaurin nearly 40% of the time. He's such an important part of this offense in terms of making defenses defend the entire field. And I do think they're going to get something done because they can't afford not to.
It's very dramatic music that we're playing for the hold-in right now in McLaurin. When it all comes down to it, though, the Commanders had a terrific season last year. And I guess the floor, if you will, is an NFC Championship game appearance in that regard. Like, no pressure there. And with the Bengals, they just have to start fast. Don't go 0-2. Don't go 0-3. Go into Cleveland and erase all the, Browns have, the Bengals number conversation. And seeing the Burrow run offense so far in 2 preseason games, that's got to give you at least some sort of hope that if the defense does need some tightening up, that the offense can put the points up.
I think it's a big part of why Joe Burrow wanted to play in the preseason, even though Bengals fans are probably uncomfortable watching it. I did get a little bit concerned watching the Bengals offensive line struggle at times with pressure. Myles Garrett is going to pose a bigger challenge, but Burrow does such a good job mitigating that with quick game. You saw the touchdown from empty. The ball comes out so fast. So I think the Bengals offense is going to be fine. The defense is another story.
Well, we'll talk about the rest of the preseason week with you. Stay right there, and you stay right where you are as well. We are off and running.
On SportsCenter, this just in. Vikings receiver Justin Jefferson practiced today for the first time in 25 days as he recovers from a strained left hamstring. Jefferson has a history of hamstring injuries. He missed 7 games in 2023, so Minnesota decided to take a cautious approach with the 4-time Pro Bowler. Now we have some breaking news into SportsCenter. The Browns quarterback carousel has landed on veteran Joe Flacco. The team announcing today that the 40-year-old will be the starter in Week 1 against the Bengals. He had been competing with Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders to replace the injured Deshaun Watson. To help break this down, we welcome in our football analyst, Dan Orlowski. And Dan, the Browns finally named a starter, and I don't know that it was all that